Hello, guys, and yes, it's time for another episode of Undercover with Kat. Today I have a fairly interesting subject, I suppose, that some of you have been asking me about for a while, and it's like a question to you guys slash answer to you guys type of video. So yeah, but before we get into it, you're watching some Kill Confirmed on Cargo. I'm just sniping and using my pistol a little bit. Nothing too amazing, but yeah. Seals as usual. I don't know why, but whenever I play it on the Seals team, I get decent gameplay. It's a thing, I guess. And I think my kill streaks get most of my kills, but whatever. It doesn't matter, you know. Hopefully the commentary will be the center of focus anyway. So let's just get straight into it. All right. So some of you that have been watching some of my videos are probably aware that I have a, I guess, disability of sorts. I would consider myself a disabled gamer, definitely. And so some people have been asking, you know, Kat, how is it to play a game like, I don't know, Call of Duty or something like that for you, considering your very limited eyesight? And yes, that's what I'm about to answer. But before I get into that, I want to ask you guys, do you have any Achilles heels with gaming? You know, is there anything that you feel limited in doing? Is there anything that you feel you can't do that others can? Especially if you're a disabled gamer, I'd honestly love to hear from you, because I do think it's very different to be a disabled gamer and play something like this. And I think most people that just are, you know, healthy, I guess, don't quite realize that. So yeah, it might be interesting for even regular people to watch this. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. So my main issue with my eyesight is, first of all, people say, oh, well, having eyesight issues isn't a big deal, is it? You can just wear glasses or contacts. Maybe for most people, but for me that is not true. I've tried in the past, and the results are minimal at best, like literally. And the reason being is because this is a hereditary thing, by the way, so I was born this way. You know, I've never experienced how it is to have a normal eyesight. And anyway, the reason is because I have several eyesight issues in one. Yay! A nice little bundle. Yeah, that's the last thing I need, but yeah. Basically, the first issue is I have a lot of tremor in my eyes. I don't know if that's gonna make sense to you, but my eyes shake a little bit, like tiny tremors. So whenever I look at something, there's like a weird little edge around it that tends to be blurry. So obviously on a map like Cargo or any other games or any other maps really where the colors are fairly neutral, it's very hard for me to see someone who's sort of head glitching and sitting there in the background. It's actually interesting because I've heard that there's two types of eyesight. There's people that identify colors a lot easier, and there's people that identify shapes and patterns a lot easier. And I am the color type, obviously, but unfortunately, in a game like this, people are gonna hide in a dark area. You know, if they hide or if they come from somewhere, they're gonna, you know, be in a dark place. So obviously, colors don't really matter there, and it becomes more of a thing of shapes and patterns. So obviously, if you have that type of eyesight, it's gonna be a lot more beneficial to you. But second of all is, now I don't know this myself because, like I said, I've never experienced how it is to have normal eyesight, but from what doctors say and other people, you know, I have very limited field of vision. So if someone, how do I explain this? I'm trying my best. It's just kind of hard, you know, to explain something that other people haven't experienced. If I look at a certain part of the screen, whether it's the center or to the side, obviously that's my focus, you know. I'm speaking in relative terms, you know, compared to or considering my eyesight issues, but yeah, that's my focus. And everything around it just sort of, I can see it, but I can't. I don't know if that makes any sense. So I don't have this thing where people say, you know, like they say, oh, I saw this guy standing in the corner of my eye. I mean, I can get that sometimes, or I can catch people sort of in the corner of my eye, but it's very hard for me because, like I said, if I look at a certain part of the screen, you know, that's it for me. I think most people, I'm not sure, because like I said, I don't know, but I think when most people play a game, they tend to see the entire screen fairly well. Me, I have to look, I know this is going to sound incredibly stupid, but I have to look at certain part of the screen every time. So I have to look around. You know, not only do I have to keep a track of everything that is going around in the screen, I also have to make sure to look everywhere at once. So there's basically two issues for me right there. Third of all, I can't use both of my eyes at the same time. So I only have to use one at a time. And obviously that messes with a lot of things because, like I said, that limits my field of vision. That makes it harder for me to spot things. It also makes me lose depth perception. You know, it's kind of hard for me to see sometimes how far something or someone is away from me. I know that sounds strange, but yeah. I don't know, it's just kind of strange. I mean, it's funny because a lot of people say stuff like, "Oh, well, you're bad at this game. How could you not see that guy, blah blah blah." And I think regular people just don't quite understand how it is to be a disabled gamer sometimes. There's a lot of annoying little things, because I mean your brain is focused, if you're looking at the screen, your brain is not only focused on actually trying to play the game normally, but because you have these eyesight issues, you're paranoid. I don't know if that's going to make any sense, but you're paranoid in yourself. Like, I'm always like that. I'm paranoid, like, oh god, have I missed someone now? Have I missed something obvious? And just thinking about that can ironically lead to you missing something or someone and not spotting it in time. But yeah, people that mock others' skills in a game based on the fact that they have a disability is pretty stupid if you ask me, because, obviously a disabled gamer is at a huge disadvantage, especially if it comes to eyesight, because eyesight is so detrimental in gaming. But I just don't think that those players will ever understand. And something else that I tend to think about sometimes is, if I can still keep up fairly well with players that have, super skills and obviously their full eyesight, doesn't that technically make me better? Because if I had my full eyesight, I could actually utilize it a lot more, I may not have my full eyesight, but if, I still have the brains of a smart gamer, I suppose. I'm not an idiot when I game. The only disadvantage is my eyesight. They may have their eyesight, they have that going for them, and reflexes, but I'm telling you, if they didn't have that, I'm pretty sure they would be fucked. But alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Please thumbs it up if you liked it, and I hope you learned something whether you are a disabled gamer or not. And I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for watching.